welcome to another video of 395 Junkie. Daniel here, Mama Goose. This is kind of a pre-message to this video. We're asking for your help. I got word this morning that friends of ours that live in Idaho, a couple cities away, if you follow us on our other channel, they're helping us store some of our stuff on our move. I got word today that their daughter was killed yesterday by a drunk driver on Highway 13 in Stites. It's the most tragic thing one of the most tragic things that I've ever been part of this close, and it's weighing heavy on our hearts today. This will be a normal video like anything else, but I felt like maybe we could do something. If I'm gonna start a GoFundMe, gonna put the information right here on the screen right now, as well as in the description of the video. We all have children. Most of us have children. We all have parents. I can only imagine the anguish that they're feeling right now, losing their daughter to a drunk driver just yesterday. So without going too far and too deep into it, we would appreciate any support you can give. $5, $10. The GoFundMe will be down there. I know they would help. It would help them tremendously with funeral expenses. So, but thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your contribution if you find it like you're able to. Other than that, we hope you enjoy the video. Good morning, everybody. Daniel here, 395 Junkie, and we are off on our final adventure off the 395 here in Southern California. While we're residents of the state, I should say. Never say never. It's likely that we will adventure off the 395 again one day. We just love the area so much, it'll definitely be worth the trip. But with that said, as you can see, I've got no Mama Goose. She is right behind me in her Jeep, and we are on our way up to Menache Meadows, which is one of our most favorite places in the Eastern Sierra. I believe it's still considered the Eastern Sierra. It's in Sequoia National Forest, and it runs along one of the forks of the Kern River. This will be a fun little trip. It's just me, Tish, and our daughters. Today's Thursday. Our daughters are going to be coming up on Friday evening with their cousin and one of my daughter's boyfriends. So they'll be coming up in their Jeep. So we're hoping we can get a good camping spot up in this area where we can be right along the river and be able to enjoy ourselves. So got about a 4-hour drive. It's about 2 hours to the trail. Actually, 2 hours to turn off of the 395, an hour up the mountain, and then it's about an hour off-roading to where we're going to be camping. Alright guys, so it is about 3 o'clock. We've been traveling for about 6 hours now, and I've been stopping a couple times to get the drone up. It really should have been like 4.5 hours to get here if I wasn't stopping for video. The issue is the trail's in really rough shape right now. Definitely need high clearance, definitely need four-wheel drive. Water level looks really low based off of what I saw from the river. As we do quite often, we're making a change to the plans. But the issue is our girls are coming up by themselves tomorrow with their boyfriends and with their cousin. More than likely they'd be okay. They've got experience off-roading, but due to the condition of the trail, due to the fact that they have to come up, you know, a pretty steep incline off the 395 with no cell service. There's parts of the road where it's one lane only. They have quite often rock slides, or at least rocks that fall onto the ground. And the fact that they're not leaving until 5 o'clock from the Inland Empire tells me it's going to take them probably 6 hours to get up here, 7, with a lot of traffic. So that puts them at camp after midnight tomorrow night, and that's not going to work for me. There's just too many things that can go wrong that they're the most precious treasures that we have, and we're gonna change it up a little bit. I'm not sure what it looks like, but no matter what, Mama Goose and I are gonna spend about close to 24 hours here at Menache, so I could do some fly fishing the rest of today and tomorrow. The whole point is to get one last camping trip in before we head to Idaho. So it doesn't matter where we're at, just spending as much time together with one another is what's really... Mama Goose wants to stop for a picture. Yeah, tell me when you're ready to go, dear. So, not quite sure.
I just want to get from the front of your Jeep with the good trees in the background.
So, I don't know what the good trees are. Should I keep going, or is this good right here?
Go up a little more.
All right, tell me when to stop.
Maybe right after you make this turn, give me enough space to straighten out.
You got it, doll. So, long story short, which I think I'm about a minute past that, we're
Go up a little more.
we're gonna let the girls make that decision tonight. We're gonna send them some messages on the inReach, and
let me try that.
We'll let you guys know what they decide. All right, guys, so we finally made it to camp 6 hours later. And I think that's a combination of stopping a couple times to launch the drone, and we stopped for lunch, and that trail's a lot worse than we'd ever seen it. But we are the only ones here. There's not a soul here, which is great, on this side of the river or that side of the river driving in. You could probably hear the South Fork of the Kern River right behind you. Water level's real low. I was a little concerned with getting my daughter's Jeep across the river when we had thought that they'd be coming over here, but that's not a problem whatsoever. Let me walk you guys around camp, and I'll show you how close we are to the river, and maybe you guys can make this your destination on one of your next trips. We got Mama Goose's Jeep right there. Bell's all set up already, and again, took us all about 5 minutes to set up camp, thanks to that Ursa Minor. You see, we got plenty of room right at the end of the trail. We got a fire pit already, and fires are allowed in this area above 5,000 foot in elevation. Walking right across camp here, you got the South Fork of the Kern River. Doesn't that look fishy?
Well, I ain't gonna live like this no more. Most of my life's been waging war till I found peace. I could have swore what she did shook me to the core, and I ain't gonna live like that no more. Well, I ain't gonna live like this no more. Trouble comes when the barmaid pours another for a man who should have found the door. Oh, when I get going, you can hear me roar. And no, I can't live like this no more. Oh, I ain't gonna live like this no more. Hurting as bad as the years before. Living in a lie I can't ignore. Oh, I had to cut ties to settle the score. And I ain't gonna live like this no more.
Alright guys, so tonight's dinner is very easy, very simple, which is what I enjoy doing most these days. We're just doing burgers. I bought some Angus ground beef, and I'm just gonna make it into a couple different patties, season it with salt, pepper, and some famous Barry Bond seasoning. Barry, as you can see, we're halfway gone with it, so just saying. So we're gonna make these burgers up real quick. Mama Goose has got her radio on, and she's listening to her 90s jams. She's not listening to country, which makes me sad, but her 90s jams makes her happy. So I'm going to let her put her 90s jams back on, and I'm going to put some really cool YouTube music that won't get me a copyright violation. I'm going to enter that in right about now. So enjoy watching me cook burgers and listening to this really cool YouTube music. Alright guys, so it is time to eat. What do you think, dear? Good looking burgers?
Looks good. It's fat.
It's fat. Let's see how it tastes. It's giant.
I'll let you do that.
They're hot. Yep. I think you're gonna enjoy it, dear. On the pretzel bun's not terrible. In any case, should be a nice relaxing evening. We will catch up with you guys in just a little bit. All right, good morning, everybody. It is Friday morning, and had kind of a rough night's sleep last night. Tossed it and turned until about 10 o'clock, and then finally fell asleep. And then at 1:30, as you can see behind me, there was a convoy of vehicles that came in. There must have been 20 or 25. I remember seeing something online. I think it was on Overland Bound. Somebody was starting to thread about taking a trip up here for Menache and was just, seeing who else wanted to go. Well, he's got his money's worth. There's, like I said, there's probably about 20 rigs that came through here last night at 1:30. They took about an hour and a half to get set up. So yeah, flashing lights, and it is what it is. I mean, but it just made for a rough night's sleep. But just making some coffee this morning. Tish is getting ready upstairs, and it's going to be easy breakfast. We're just going to do some blueberry muffins and coffee and sit back and relax. And then we'll get on the road here probably no later than 9 o'clock and start headed up to Bishop. So we will catch up with you guys in just a little bit. Look who decided to get up.
Funny.
How'd you sleep, dear?
I slept good.
Yeah. All those cars coming in last night at 1 o'clock hardly woke her up.
No, you woke me up.
Yeah.
When you woke me up watching them pull in.
All right, so last night there were absolutely about 30 of these guys that pulled in. Leaving this morning, there was like 6. So I think my mind might have been playing games with me last night. But we are on the road. It is 9:16, and we've got probably a 4-hour drive to Bishop. 1 hour to get out of the off-roading part, an hour to get down this pass, and then we'll hit the 395. It's about 2 hours up to Bishop. So great area, great spot. I just wish it wasn't so darn sketchy for the girls to come very, very, very late tonight. So we will catch up with you guys in just a little bit. we are 395 north. Man, it took a long time to get out of Menache. It took 2 hours to get to the highway back down to the 395, and then an hour from there to the 395. So now we're headed north. Mama Goose is behind me. I'm just eating some Craft Beef Jerky. Shameless plug. Today's choice is the 395 Jerky Honey Pepper, which is definitely one of the most popular flavors that I offer. And once you eat it, you'll understand why. It's amazing. But one more shameless plug. 395 Junkie t-shirts, still got them available, folks. That, of course, is all to help support the channel with our new adventure. So thank you very much in advance. We're not quite sure where we're going to go next, either the Bristlecone Pine Forest or above Bishop, not Coyote Flats, the other kind of like northwest of there. There's a couple great areas that we could camp over there that have hikes up to a lake up there. Or we might do Mount Whitney Portal. So I don't know. We're going to pull over up here in Lone Pine, and we're going to discuss it between Mama Goose and I, but just thought I'd give you guys an update of what's happening. So we will catch up with you guys in a little bit. We'll let you know where we decided to go. All right, guys, so we are just above Bishop, about to enter Buttermilk country. And you can see Mama Goose is doing her chores, airing down her own tires. I got one more tire to go, and it's really, really easy off-roading. A lot of people mistake the fact that we air down for increased traction. That's not it at all. This road going up to Buttermilk is so rough and washboard that it's better to air down. It makes the ride a whole lot smoother. So we're just going to finish up doing that, and we'll get on the road here in no time.
Hey guys, so we made it to camp. We found a nice spacious spot here right alongside a creek with a nice big fire pit. We set our Jeeps up, so we're ready to go. We are expecting our daughters to show up later this evening. So in the meantime, Daniel and I are just going to enjoy the quietness, and we'll be having dinner. Just the two of us tonight. We got chicken, rice, and broccoli. So I'll show you around. So here's a view coming in from the road. You can come in right there. There's the fire pit. There's a space here. And then there is a small pathway down to the creek. There you go.
All right, guys, so Mama Goose made us some of these cool little privacy shades that is on these magnets here. So normally when it's just her and I don't mind changing my underwear in the middle of nowhere. But when we have guests and other people around, it's nice to get a little privacy. So do a little magnet there, little magnet there. And this was actually an idea that we got from our buddy Fabian over at Off-Road Husky. You guys go check him out on Instagram. He does some really cool adventures also, and he's got one of the coolest dogs. But just like that, and to the other side, and you can't see through. And we have the front shade for the front privacy. So that's about it, y'all. All right, guys, so I'm just sitting here being lazy, letting Mama Goose get the fire going. And it looks like whoever was here before us, maybe the last day or so, it must have been last night. Look at that. Look at how you guys think the fire might be out. It looked like it was out to us. As soon as we started putting this dry timber on there, it started smoking real good. Make sure you put out your fires, folks. Soak it, stir it, and hold it in both hands. And if it burns, you're not ready to leave yet. All right, guys, it is dinner time. The girls are on their way up here. As you can see, we got camp all set up. This is a very, very relaxing camp. I'm pretty happy with where we ended up. We're right along McGee Creek and right above Bishop. Tomorrow, we're going to do a hike up to Longley Lake, or at least we're going to make an attempt to get that far. Last time we tried it, a couple of the girls wanted to tap out, so we had to come back. But the girls are on their way. They'll be here late tonight, 11, 12 o'clock, midnight, so you'll see them in the morning. We're going to get some dinner cooking. Tonight what we got is just some chicken breast in a Italian seasoned marinade. I just put a bunch of, seasonings in here before we left and got it all marinated. And so it's been marinating for a while, so I'm going to throw it on the Tembo Tusk first. Once it's cooked, I'm going to pull it off, put on one of these plates, and then I was going to warm up some white rice and some broccoli that's already been pre-cooked. Just got to warm it up. So, get a lot of questions on what this device is. This is called a Tembo Tusk. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, I use it in almost every one of my videos. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, used it for dessert. It's a great piece of camping equipment, one of my favorite. It can also be found on my website, 395junky.com, 395jnky.com. Now let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, guys, it's time to eat. Let's cook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up just so that it cooks evenly without any problems. All right, so we're going to pull the chicken off right now. We're going to clean off some of these crispies and then bring it the broccoli and rice on. Secret ingredient right there, butter. All right, so normally I'd cook it with the lid on the Tembo Tusk, but my lid and my other scottle's up in Idaho already, so we're making do with what we got. So broccoli's been on for a minute, so we're gonna move this aside. It's already warm. And then we're just gonna briefly warm up the rice. Let's add a little more oil. Make sure it doesn't stick. And what I like doing with this rice, and my hands are clean, I like to break it up because otherwise it's just too sticky. All right, so the rice should cook up pretty quick. I should say heat up. It's already pre-cooked, so basically what I'm doing is a chicken bowl that you would get from, where would you get a chicken bowl from?
What's that? Waba Grill.
Waba Grill. Yeah, with no sauce. I just have seasoned chicken. Sorry, dear. All right, so we're just gonna let this all cook together and warm up. And once it's ready, we will meet you guys over by the fire. But as far as I'm concerned, we'll be eating in no time. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here, dear.
Tasty.
This tastes like a very unhealthy Waba grill.
This is unhealthy?
Yeah, I put a lot of butter in this.
Oh.
But it tastes amazing. It tastes really good. We're going to wait for the girls, and we will see you guys bright and early in the morning with all my girls' smiling faces. Until then, have a good night.
I don't trust myself. That's a big dip if I fall.
Where? Right here?